And same question about James Harden. Do you feel, because we hear the empty stats thing with him as well.
Yeah.
And I guess you did get a chance to cover Harden too, right?
I didn't, not as much, no.
No. Okay, so do you feel that criticism is valid at all?
I don't think it's valid because he's putting up the numbers. He's putting up the numbers, but at the same time, his team's winning. Any situation he's been in, his team's winning. They're in the playoffs. And I feel like a lot of people don't give him enough credit as a teammate and a leader, as much as they need to. Westbrook going to Houston, just seeing how they played together, you could tell they made each other better. And now you can see when James was playing with Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying? He's putting up MVP numbers and he's making everybody better as well. The only thing that I'm waiting to see is, him, Kyrie, and KD. They only played 7 games together, so I want to see how he can, gel together with them. But overall, from a stat standpoint, he's gonna get his numbers. But I think him wanting to leave Houston let people know I want to win. The numbers are cool, but it's about winning.
And so, what was it like to cover Kevin Durant in his prime?
Yeah.
In Oklahoma City? You mentioned a little bit, but could you dive in more? And
okay.
Also, I know KD's in a blessed situation right now, but you think there's, knowing him a little bit,
yeah,
knowing him as much as a media member can know
yeah,
him, you think there's part of him that regrets the whole situation that happened with Oklahoma City, staying there, not leaving there rather, and not staying?
Okay. For me, like I said, I honestly, I got to give some of my career to KD. You know what I'm saying? Without him, I don't think I would be as far as I would have been and getting that light shed on me in Oklahoma City. So just covering every game I'll be out there pregame, and this man's shooting. He's a sniper, easy money sniper. You know what I'm saying? So he's out there perfecting his craft. He's out there doing what he's supposed to do on the court and off the court. I think he was professional both ways. I never had an issue with him. If I asked him a question, covering him, it was always good. Just covering him as far as the game, he take a little criticism and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, he knows that I have a job to do and he has a job to do, but I never had any issues with him, so just seeing him for that year, because the first year I went there, he had the Bones Jones fracture. So the second year, that 3-1, the 3-1 lead, just watching him that whole season, man, it was special. Something that I definitely will cherish, you know what I'm saying? Because I've never seen a scorer in my life just score with that much ease. He can pull up from anywhere he wants to. He's so tall, his reach is incredible, you know what I'm saying? So just covering him, man, it was special. If it was up to me, man, I wanted him to go to Boston, man. I didn't want him to go to Golden State. I wanted him to be in Boston with Big Papi and Tom Brady. That's what I wanted. But, I didn't get what I wanted. He went to Golden State, but I'm happy for him. You know what I'm saying? His main thing was happiness. And if going to Golden State and playing with that fluent offense made him happy, it made him happy and it made him a champion. So that's something you can't take away from him. So,
could you sense a rift between Russ and KD that year?
You couldn't tell anything. Obviously, from what I heard, they had two different crews that they would hang out with, but they respected each other on and off the court. That was one thing. When I went to Kevin Durant's fundraisers, Westbrook was standing right next to him. When I went to Russ's, KD was standing right next to him. And it's a brotherhood. I think a lot of the media kind of got that misunderstood, and myself included. Because I got caught up in it. But at the end of the day, Kevin Durant, is one of my favorite players to watch. And Russ as well, but I don't think it was a real beef, and I think a lot of the media kind of took it and ran with it because he left and Russ stayed.
Do you think all of those guys at the end of the day, at the end of their careers, are going to look back and say what could have been about that whole situation, though?
You're always going to say what could have been, because Oklahoma City was so special. They had 3 MVPs on the team at the same time. You know what I'm saying? With a young Reggie Jackson and a young Serge Ibaka. So. You're always going to wonder what if, and, it's unfortunate because, Oklahoma City didn't know that the TV money was going to be coming. They didn't know that they were going to have the chance to bounce that money off the luxury tax to try to keep James Harden, so things happened, after the fact, so they couldn't change it. But all I know is all 3 of them love each other. It's a brotherhood, and, they're going to continue to, I know they're going to continue to talk about that.